What is up, guys? This is Dave, and I am now on take fucking 3 of this video. I'm talking today about the New York Mets and their projected lineup for 2018, and where I think their ceiling and floor is for the season. So, first off, I'm going to get right into it. At first base, they now have Adrian Gonzalez. Pretty solid player. Very excited to see how he'll do in a Mets uniform. Next up, they got Asdrubal Cabrera at second base. He played shortstop for a significant amount of time for the Mets when he first signed with them. But he did play a little bit of second base. But now that the Mets finally have him at Rosario up at shortstop, they don't really need him at shortstop, so they've decided to put him at second base. Hopefully works out in their favor. Next up, they got Todd Frazier at third base. Very excited to see what he can do as well. Did very well for the Yankees last season. And although I'm not a Yankees fan, normally on WFAN late at night, coming back from work from 7-Eleven, I'd listen to WFAN, and they'd usually be talking about the Yankees more than the Mets, given that they were having a better season. And usually they would do the, not play-by-play, but they would have like the game in review, kind of. They'd play back certain calls from the game, from Sterling and all the other Yankees announcers. And Frazier hit a fuck ton of home runs. And he didn't have the best batting average, but still hit a lot of home runs. The batting average does worry me a little bit, though, because he seems to be more of like a hit or miss kind of guy. He either hits home runs or he strikes out kind of thing. At least that's how I think he is as a player right now. He could get better with his batting average. Hope he does. Next up, one of the most important players on the team right now, Cespedes at center field, most likely until what's his name comes back. Drawing a fucking blank here. But he's the kid I'm thinking of. He's injured right now, so they're working him back right now until he's ready to play again at center field here and there. They got Jay Bruce and I would assume left field, and he had a good season too. Definitely played really well for the most part. We have Juan Alvarez at right field, I'm assuming, for the season. And he's been a bit up and down. Still think he's a pretty good player, though. And they got Travis dArnaud still at catcher. He's a pretty good player, but he's also one of those guys that I think is a bit streaky, and that definitely worries me a bit. In terms of the pitchers, they had a litany of fucking injuries last season. Well, anyone who's a Mets fan doesn't need to hear that to already know that. Still, for the non-Mets fans, I wanted to go over that for anyone who might not have known. Basically, Syndergaard got hurt at one point. Harvey got hurt. Wheeler was hurt. Matz was hurt. Pretty much the only player, pitching-wise, that was healthy for the most part was DeGrom. And he had a decent year last year. Hopefully, though, this season, their pitchers will be a lot healthier. They need Syndergaard to be healthy. They need DeGrom to be healthy. They need Harvey to be healthy. They need Wheeler to be healthy. And they also need Matz a great deal. Gesellman, it would help if he's healthy. But I don't think they necessarily 100% need him. And it would also be really good, excuse me, if Seth Lugo is healthy. So now that we're through the whole roster, I think if everything breaks right, that the Mets will be able to win, I'd say, about 90 games this season. Oh, before I even say that, the guy I was thinking of is Michael Conforto. I don't know how the fuck I forgot that name. But, yeah, that's who I was talking about earlier. Once he gets back, he's hoping to play center field, but Cespedes might make it difficult to manage the minutes, the games, all that crap. But yeah, for their ceiling, I think 90 games and a wild card berth will be about where they should be at if everything breaks right and they stay healthy for the most part. In terms of how deep they go in the playoffs for their ceiling, I think going to the second round, actually winning the wild card this time instead of losing like they did to the Giants last time they made the wild card round. And I'm also really excited to see Mickey Callaway as the new manager. I think he's going to be really, really good. I'm really excited just to see how he manages the roster, how he manages the injuries. Really different from how the last manager was for the Mets. And Terry Collins was good, but I feel like they just needed an injection of new blood, you know what I mean? That being said, their floor, if they have another litany rash of injuries, whatever the hell you want to call it, I think they would win at most, say, about 80 games, and they would miss the playoffs again and likely have another high draft pick. In terms of sort of middle grounds, they would think it'll be obvious. I'd say 85 games, because it's right in between those two projections. And I think at 85 games they would also miss the playoffs, but they wouldn't have as high a draft pick because they'd be doing better in terms of wins, obviously. So that's my Mets video. I fucking took 3 tries. probably some background noise because the alarm is on. You might hear some beeping in the background. So that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, even with potential background noise, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.